Welcome to Maxim Moments. Today is Maxim 15. Listen deeply to the subtle nudges of the Holy Spirit, then act on them. Listening for God's voice is well documented in the scriptures, both the Old and the New Testament. Moses heard God's voice and wrote down the words. Elijah heard God's still, quiet voice, and his whole ministry was transformed. Samuel heard God's voice with detailed instructions on how to anoint David as king. For most people, God's voice is often quiet. We need to listen. God's voice can guide us in what to do in difficult situations. Elijah is an example of being guided by the gentle voice of the Spirit. God's voice can provide comfort when we're anxious. So how do we listen to the gentle nudges of the Holy Spirit? How do we discern where the Spirit is leading us? Sometimes God speaks to us in words, but it is my experience, it is much more common to find the Spirit nudging or prompting us to do something. Not a lot of words, but a clear direction. For example, I was in the field of education for more than 20 years when I heard a little nudge from God. I didn't act on it immediately. I listened and I prayed, and I kept hearing the same nudges telling me to move into a different ministry, to change direction. At some point, I knew that God was asking me to do something different. So I began my studies to become a licensed mental health counselor. This was a field where I could provide services to parents and students in dealing with the issues in their lives. It was a totally new direction for me. I probably would not have gone in that direction if I had not listened to the gentle nudges of the Holy Spirit in my life. Becoming sensitive to God's voice involves deepening our personal relationship with Him. As with any personal relationship, we have to spend time with the person to develop and deepen the relationship. The same is true with God. My uncle was a priest who taught me early in life to ask the question that he used to ask his parishioners in his homilies. Where have you seen God lately? Asking this question helps us become more sensitive to looking for and listening to God in our lives. So I leave you today with the question, where have you seen God lately? Where have you seen God today? May the Lord bless you and keep you.